I have always had this idea that I didn't have any habits. I wasn't consistent with anything, but I was. I was consistent. I've always been consistent. I consistently quitted in everything that got challenging. I consistently waited for somebody to give me advice. It was until last year when I started reprogramming my mind that I started to recognize my negative habits. And I started working with my mind and creating positive habits. So instead of fighting with somebody, I can have a conversation. Instead of reacting when I get triggered or angry, I can pause. Instead of disconnecting from people that make me uncomfortable, I stay open to conversation. Instead of pointing fingers and making the person in front of me a perpetrator and me the victim, I look at myself. And I started thinking about how we have this idea, because it's an idea, that's a belief, a perception that when something gets uncomfortable, when something is too challenging, it's best to let it go. It's best to quit. And I made this example, I mentioned it to my son. Can you imagine if Thomas Edison had quit after his 5th or 10th attempt? We wouldn't have light bulbs today. So last year, I made a decision that no matter what happened, I was going to stay consistent with everything that I wanted. And I've been consistent in reprogramming my mind and creating positive programs in order to have positive behaviors, in order to have positive thoughts, in order to have positive feelings. And I noticed how instead of disconnecting from people, instead of pushing people away, instead of blocking people, because that was easy, that has always been my way out, I started engaging, I started reconnecting, I started reaching out. And relationships have started to shift. And I created different experiences. So I'm thinking about our world, thinking about our world and how right now, just this country, the United States, is so disconnected. It's lacking unity. Because going on Facebook, for example, it's a constant conflict. Somebody posts something and somebody else is going to comment and make them wrong, or start bashing whatever idea or whatever perception the person is presenting. Instead of creating unity, we create disconnection. And we don't recognize how easy it is for us to create with our words, because our words are powerful. Because we claim to want unity, but we label things. We make people wrong, and we make ourselves right. Create disconnection. Because when we're labeling people as good or bad, we're creating disconnection. When we're focusing on a race, we're blacks and whites and blues, And we're trying to make somebody matter more than the other. We're creating this connection. When in reality, we're all equal and we're all matter the same. Because what happened in the past, what happened yesterday, is over, it's done. There's nothing we can do about it. But we can do right now, with our own words, is create unity, is create peace. So my invitation for you right now is to look at yourself and just look at your environment without going outside in the world. Your own environment, your own relationships, your own life. What are you bringing? What are you creating in your family, in your environment, with your spouse, with your boyfriend, with your husband, with your brothers or sisters, with your friends? What are you creating? What are your habits? Are you have positive habits when you're engaging with others? Or do you have negative habits? Are you creating peace and unity? Or are you creating fear and disconnection, even with your words? That change that we want to see in the world starts with us, starts at home, starts with us, with our own words. So let's start creating unity. Let's start creating peace. Let's start being, because we're human beings. We're not human doings. So let's start being loving and peaceful and committed and consistent and anything positive that we want to create. Because love heals everything. Thank you for watching and have a good day.